Hi, Anna Fernandez here of Legal Lotus, and today we are going to go over how to initiate a case online. So if you're from Florida, you know, sorry, there's Dexter, my dog, he's on my lap. If you're from Florida, you know that in order for you to file a case, you do so online. Now, especially since the COVID and most courts are closed to the public, you can do so online by initiating a case through what's called the eFlorida court filing system. So before we get into that, just know that it's always best to seek advice and assistance from an attorney or professional. There are certain things that you just can't learn overnight, but it doesn't mean that you can't do it yourself. So I'm glad you found my video. That means that you're really looking for resources to help you, and this should. So if there's anything that we can help you with, please let us know so we can create content that would best serve your needs. We did get a lot of questions asking how do we initiate a case after we have all our documents complete, or most of the documents complete, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. So let's dive in. So this is the e-filing court portal. Once you log in and you designate your username, which is in a different video that we have shared, you will be taken to a map of Florida. Now, depending on the county that you're going to initiate the case in, you're going to select which one you reside in. And in this case, since we're based in Miami, even though we do serve the general public throughout all of Florida, we're going to just show you how to do the Miami one just because it's easier for me, because that's what I do most of the time. So we're going to click case initiation. If it's pleading that you want to file that for a case that was already initiated, that's when you would go to the second option. But for this case, since it's in case initiation, we're going to start there. We're going to file now. And let's say you're filing for a divorce. If you're doing it yourself, you want to make sure that you and your spouse are on the same page. If you're not, that's okay too. But the easiest way to get in a divorce, if you guys agree, the easiest and cheapest way would be through agreement. So let's say you have an agreement, you have all the documents, and you want to initiate your divorce and get all that stuff finalized. You are going to go over here to the division, and it's going to be domestic relations - family. So that's what you would be choosing. Then you're going to go to the case type. It's going to be a dissolution of marriage if that's what it's about, if it's going to be to divorce. If it's for paternity or any other type of action involving a couple that were not married, it's going to be paternity or disestablishment of paternity. And then, of course, you can click other if you believe that your specific case does not fall into any of the categories. So we're going to click dissolution of marriage. And let's say you had some kids that are under the age of 18. So that would be a dissolution of marriage with children. If you have kids, but the kids are over 18, then you would just do dissolution. And the court doesn't have to consider your children just because they've already matured of age. However, if you have any dependent children, then that may be a different scenario. And by dependent, I mean they either have special needs, or there's something that's recognized that requires you to continue to support that child. Number of defendants, and that's usually for civil, like if you have more than one person you're suing. In this case, it wouldn't be a defendant, it would be a respondent, but we're going to put one because there's only one other spouse. And then the proceeding type would be initial action. I'm going to skip down over here. If you're doing this together with the other spouse, you would file for simplified dissolution of marriage. The only reason why I don't necessarily choose this, even though the parties kind of have an agreement with together, is because this usually requires both parties to appear at the final hearing. If that's not the case, or if you just want to make it easier or one of the spouses doesn't really want to do much, what you can do is you can do just a regular dissolution of marriage and then just file everything together. And by everything, I mean like the agreement establishing how you're going to divide your assets and liabilities, or a parenting plan of how you and your spouse are gonna spend time with the kids, and so on. So then we have related cases. Is there a pending or an open or closed case dealing with child support? And if there is, then there would be a related case. And then depending on your packet, it would be included. If it had to do with children, then you would add in what's called a UCCJA. And again, this is all in other videos for you to find. And also to explain to you. And again, if you have any questions, just shoot us an email and we're here to help. So related cases, in this case, let's say no. And you're gonna go next. And you're gonna click on the add party, and we're gonna go one by one. Apologies, I had a call. We're gonna go one by one. You have to add in every party, including the minor child. So petitioner is the person that's gonna be the one that's initiating it. Again, if it's uncontested and you guys agree to everything, that's cool. But you still need to label or designate someone as a petitioner and the other person as a respondent. And then of course, if there's a minor child, you're gonna do that too. And then myself, as the attorney, I would be a primary party filed on behalf of, and it would most likely be the petitioner. Then you're gonna go down here, you're gonna file all of the information. And in this case, I'm gonna copy the current filer just because I'm the attorney on record. Go down, save that. And for some reason, it did not save, but that's okay. And it's because there is no one that's specified as filed on behalf of, and that's okay, because that's going to be, then I'll save. And then once you have all of the parties in, and I'm not going to go each one by one just because I'm not going to disclose any of my client's information, you're gonna go to the documents, you're gonna add a document, and before you file anything, you have, or before you initiate an action, you must include a petition. And the petition, for whatever, it could be for divorce, it could be for paternity, it can be for anything, but that must be filed. So let's say we have a petition, you click on petition, you choose the file, and you upload it. Once again, I'm not going to necessarily go into the details because I don't want to disclose any type of attorney-client privilege. So once that is done, as you can see here, petition for dissolution of marriage is required just because we're in a petition for dissolution, and also a required information sheet, which is another document that we spoke about. All of the links are below. So if you need additional information and a case list, or I'm sorry, a list of what you need to initiate an action. Once all of this is complete, you will go to the service list, and this part is very important. This is once you establish your service list, every time you file something or every time something is filed in your case, you will receive a copy of it via email. So this is where you want to include everyone that's part of the process, your spouse, or let's say your spouse's attorney, your attorney will take care of this, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. This is more if you're either doing it yourself or you're doing it together with your spouse. So you want to make sure that both of you guys are added. That way, if anything is filed in the system, you'll be aware of it, so will your spouse. Once that's done, you go to fees and payments, and there's two options. You can provide payment information, or you can request a filing fee waiver. That is also going to be included in the link below. And that is something I encourage everyone to try if you believe that you would qualify for a fee waiver. As you can see, it's $409 plus a few extra dollars, a 3.5 statutory convenience fee, or a $5 flat fee if it's coming from directly from the bank. So it ends up being about $412 for filing. And if you qualify for a fee waiver, then you can definitely submit that here and by uploading it. And it's usually because you're indigent in the sense that you may have debt, you don't have a job right now. And if you qualify, you'll be notified. If you don't qualify, you'd be notified. So what's important here is to at least try. All of these documents are going to be included in the links below. So if you have any questions, please let us know. We're here to help. And of course, reach out to us. We love your feedback. We want to know if we're doing a good job at of helping the community on, uncontested and all types of family cases. So we look forward to hearing from you. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's really important. And again, have an awesome, awesome day. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.